Hey y'all, this is Uncle P from Super Easy Forex, and haven't done a live video for you guys in quite a long time. And I don't care how much money you have, Mama still wants you to take that garbage out, right? So anyway, I'm taking the garbage out, but I want to do this video because I think this is critically important for you guys to know what type of trading tools you're gonna need to actually be successful. Okay, so when I first started out, truth is, I still use the same. I was using the same tools all this time up until recently. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take you up to my office so that you guys can kind of see what trading tools. And I'm sorry, I'm out of breath. I haven't been feeling well. Got asthma. So I'm going to take you upstairs to my office up here so that you guys can actually come into my office and you can actually see my trading tools. Okay. So first of all, you do need a good trading system, because without a good trading system, what's the point? You know, you can have the fanciest tools in the world and still not have anything, right? So, but once you get a good trading system, the next thing you have to focus on is the actual tools you're using. So first of all, welcome to my office. This is my little office where I do all my little bidding. Okay, right here. Okay, and so first of all, the first thing you'll notice about my office is that it's peaceful. Okay, let me tell you why that's important, and a lot of people don't consider it. Your space when you're trading is critically important to your success. A lot of people want to trade, but they're not peaceful. And what I mean by that is this: number one, your mind is full of turmoil. You got too much stress going on, too many people around you. So it's hard for you to even focus and concentrate. And especially if you have negative people around you who don't believe in what you're doing in the first place, that makes it even worse, right? Okay. So what you want to do is create yourself a private little space, even if you can't at this time, because I couldn't at the time. Even if you can at the time have a full office, you don't really need it anyway. What I'm saying is you just need a place of peace where you can just take your laptop or something and just be by yourself. So when you're looking at the charts and you're trying to concentrate, you can literally do that and concentrate. So again, you know, as things improve for me, yes, I got my own private little office and all these little things, but you know, it's just a simple office, a place of peace. I got my little water fountain over there and, you know, and stuff like that. Nothing special, nothing special. Okay. Next, let's talk about the trading tools. So for me, I actually just upgraded. Before I show you my upgrade that I just got this weekend, let me show you something. You see these monitors right here? This whole time, making all that we were doing, okay? Let me show you. Hold on, let me get down here. These little monitors right here, and I'm on my floor. These little monitors right here, I bought these monitors at a used computer store. And I think I paid like 50 bucks or something, $25 each. And this is what I've been using the whole time. I had 3 of them. Okay, here's 1, here's 2, and here's 3. So this whole time I've been using used monitors because they were doing the trick. So when you're getting, and I'll explain why I'm always using extended monitors. I'm gonna show you that momentarily. Because when you use extended monitors, okay, and I'll explain it, just stick with me. When you're using it, your ability to see further along the way helps you to easily make decisions when it's time to trade. When I show you my new one, you're going to clearly see exactly why I'm saying that, okay? You're going to clearly see why I say that. And I've been teaching my students this for the longest. Again, if you can't afford it, listen, don't try to buy new stuff. Okay, it's been a long time. I didn't need to, but I just decided to treat myself to a little something because, you know, it's every once in a while you got to reward yourself for the hard work you do, right? But the point is that for you, if you don't have a lot of money right now, that's okay. You can go to a used computer store or even a Goodwill. Do you know that? You can go to a Goodwill and you can find some monitors, some used ones. Just pay 25, 50 bucks for them. They do all, it's going to be the same thing. One is just looks more sexier than the other if you buy new stuff. But realistically, what can they do? The exact same thing, nothing different. Okay. So here's what I had learned. Now, let me take you over to my new one and I'll show you why not. And I want to say this again, don't make it about expenses. Okay. Because if you can't afford it, that's okay. Because one day you will, if you just follow through. But what I did was I had learned a long time ago when I'm looking at my charts, the more of it that I can see in the distance, the easier it is for me to understand what's actually really going on rhythmic wise. Okay. So let me take you over here. Now, this is my new one. Okay. And this is and I'm trying to show you guys, this thing is so freaking big. There, I'll do it like that. Okay, this is all one brand new monitor. This is the new Samsung 49-inch, whatever, and it's one gigantic long monitor. But basically, as you can instantly see by looking at my charts, I can see for days and weeks and weeks and weeks and weeks the rhythm of what's going on in the market. Do you get what I'm saying? So as soon as I sit down at my charts, now I can see at an instant glance exactly what's been going on. And I'm looking at this chart, and this is the S&P 500. I can see instantly, automatically, all the way from, what's this, September 25th. And I can see how the motion of the ocean has been rolling this whole time. Okay. And that's because of the tool I decided to get. I wanted to get something where I can just take a quick glance, and at one visual glance, I know exactly what's going on. Okay. So what I was doing was these three monitors that you've seen over there, those little cheap ones that I spent maybe $150 for all three of them, $200 at max for three of them. They were actually doing the same thing as this big beast here that cost hundreds of dollars. Okay. This thing wasn't cheap. It was expensive. Trust me. And it's sexy. It looks real nice and sleek in the office and everything else. But will it do more than what these monitors over here will do? No, it'll pretty much do the same thing. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Why do I do it though? Okay, that's important because when I'm looking at charts, many of you guys, this is the way you're looking at your charts, okay? And if you give me a second, let me get a teleprompter stand or whatever, so I don't have to keep holding this, and then I can show you guys a little bit better why this is important. So first of all, I can't stress enough, don't make it about, oh, I'm finna go get this $900 thing like Uncle P. Okay, you may not have $900 to spend on a monitor. Okay, that's okay. It's not a big deal. Again, all this time, when I've been showing you guys charts and everything else, it's been on them same little cheap ones. See, me, I'm a person who doesn't like to waste a lot of money. You know what I mean? No matter how much you have, once you just learn to ball on hold on. Let me talk to you. There we go. All right, cool. So I got that there. Got my little stand. All right, cool. So one of the things that I used to like to call myself was Bob. And the reason I called myself Bob, to some people as a joke, Bob stand for baller on the budget. Okay? So that could be your new nickname, baller on the budget. So the point is that before I got that fancy thing, this whole time I was using this. And let me kind of unscrew it. See, three little simple cheap monitors. But what it did was, again, it extended the vision of me being able to see all across the entire spectrum from start to finish for at least a month or so of what's going on with the charts. Okay, so now I'm gonna tilt this down. Give me a second. And I'm gonna show you why you need to consider it. Okay, give me a second. All right, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay, now let's come on in and let me shrink this on down. Give me a second. I'll be right with you. Because I don't think people talk about this stuff enough. Okay. All right, here we go. Now we're down to my height. I'm sitting down. All right. So again, as you can see, yeah, you got it. Pudge beats. Yeah. Baller on the budget. But again, as you can see, whether you get the expensive monitor or the three monitors, what's the first thing you realize on this pair? Okay, and you're seeing it backwards, of course, because of the way it's projected. But clearly I can see right here, there was a buy signal that came in. That was on, let me go to something you guys typically like to look at. Let's go to a AUD, let's just do NZD USD using the simplicity system on the 1 hour trading system. Can you clearly see right here was a buy signal, it was a winner. Right here was a sell, winner. Buy signal, winner. sell signal, winner, buy signal, sell. But you can clearly see how the rhythm of it was going. It was already flowing up, flowing down. You can clearly see the flow going back for months at one simple glance. Do you see what I'm saying? This is why I do it. Let me go to the Euro USD. Let's take a look at that. A lot of people like to trade the Euro. So now you can clearly see the rhythm of where it was starting. It's kind of like looking at the flow of the river. Okay, and when you understand the flow of the river, it's easy to understand what direction the fish are going to be in, right? So right here, you can clearly see it was flowing upwards. I mean, it's just, how can you not have seen this upward move? You can clearly see it because now your screen is wider. So this is what I've always done. Okay, I've always done this. So that's why I've always had 3 monitors. Now watch this. Watch this. So here, okay, this is how some people do. You have everything on one screen, but it's so tight until you can't see. And this is a movie in the background. I'm sorry about that, y'all. That's a movie. I'll lower that down. So this is one screen, and so everything is bunched together. So as you can see, you really can't get the gist of what's really going on over time at a glance. So therefore, you're making determinations based off of what's here. And make it worse is because if you're trying to scalp and you don't know what's going on in historically, you don't know the rhythm of the ocean, you don't know anything. So therefore, you're making determinations simply off of price action that's right here only. And you wonder why it's hard for you to determine the rhythm. How do I figure out the rhythm? How do I figure out the trend? Which is what most people say. How do I figure out the trend, Uncle P? How do I figure out the trend? Well, the first way to figure out the trend is stop starting so close in. Okay, this is how y'all looking at the monitors. You so close in until you can't see nothing. But when you zoom out, guess what? You can see a lot more happening. Okay? So watch this. So again, you don't have to do nothing else. Let me show you another tool that I use, because I'm just sharing with you the tools that I use that made everything simple. Because listen, if you have a hard time seeing at night, then you need to wear glasses to see. Nobody would even argue with that. Well, it's the same thing in the markets. If you really can't see what's going on with the trend and you don't know what the rhythm of the ocean is, no wonder you're having a hard time wondering where to jump in at. You're jumping in when the ocean is going down, you want it to go up and vice versa. You don't know what's going on because you don't have the right tools. So again, I'm telling you, you don't have to spend a lot of money. You can go to you can go to a Goodwill or any used computer store place anywhere. Some people are giving away old monitors because they just want to upgrade. Like me, I'm finna give away 3 of them. I don't want them anymore. I don't need them. I've been using these since I started trading. You get what I'm saying? But watch this. Even when I travel now, look at this. You see this one? This one I got at Best Buy. And this is for my traveling. So when I travel, I can connect this this extra monitor directly to my laptop. So now it acts as a second screen and it has its own little stand. You see that? And so it's real lightweight and I can pack it with me with my laptop because I'm always trying to make sure that I have a way to see 2 screens. Why? Because I need to stretch the screen across so I can see the flow better. Because when it's bunched up tight like this, I really can't figure out, okay, what happened? And you can do this back stuff, but you really can't really still see. But when you stretch it out, how can you not see it now? You can clearly see this yourself. Look at this. Watch, I'm gonna mark up some charts. I'm gonna do this. And I'm not gonna even be fancy with it. I'm just gonna mark some ups and downs based off of what you see with my new screen. Okay? And you yourself can easily see, and if I move this down, right here, and I'm not trying to draw the perfect trend line, so don't rebuke me. It's just the point in what I'm trying to do is draw rhythms. So you can see, okay, was this a up or was this down? So if you were in this trade right here and it said to go down, did it go down? Yes, it did. Was it correct? When this was said to go up, was it correct? When this was said to go down, was it correct? When this was said to go up, was it correct? Yes, this said to go up right here. This is where the buy signal came in. Was it correct? Yeah, you can see that flow. See, you can see it. Then here was a sell signal that came in right here. You can see the flow. This one said sell right here. You can see the flow right there. And then the buy trade came in right here. This was last week. Some of you guys could have cashed in on this monster. Look at this. You can see it because the screen is wider. You can see it. You get what I'm saying? So this was nothing more. This one here was nothing more than 99 bucks at Best Buy. And so when I'm on the road with my laptop, I can take this with me and connect it up, and now I got two screens. See, I'm not spending a lot of money. Well, on this one I treated myself. It was quite a penny for this 49-inch screen. It's the hottest new thing, from Samsung. I treated myself this time. But if you don't have that money, guess what? Those over there do just fine. Go to a used store and go get you a couple of them. Go to Goodwill. Go get a couple of them. And you just put them together if you can. You understand what I'm saying? Why? Because what you see is is going to make the determination of your trades. Okay? Watch this. When you're out on a date, okay, and you meet somebody for the first time, or let's just say you go to a spot and you just out having a good time with friends, and all of a sudden somebody catches your eye. Do you see what I'm saying? What catches your eye is what is attracting you. And what if, and nothing to anybody who has this impairment, but what if you were blind? You can go to the same spot and it could be full of handsome guys or beautiful women. You wouldn't know anything about it, would you? Because you couldn't see it. And so some of you guys, where's your struggle at when you're trading? It's because you can't see the charts. First of all, you're trading off the 1 minute time frame. You're trading off the 5 minute time frame. You have no clue what the rhythm of the market is. So for an example, let's go back again, okay? Based on what I marked up, okay? Just looking at the charts for what they are, all right? All right? So here, let me show you here. Right here was a buy signal. Could you clearly see that it was going up? Okay, clear. And right here, you can clearly see it was going down. So if you're trading off the 5 minute time frame right here, and this thing is beginning to go down, but you're trying to buy up, you losing, and you don't know why. Well, but that's because you didn't know what the rhythm was. Clearly, this was going up. Clearly, this was going down. Clearly, this is going up. So by me stretching things out, I can clearly see what's going on. So even if I decided to drop down to the 5 minute time frame, what am I going to be looking for? On this leg right here, I'm going to be looking for what? Buy trades. Why? Because it's going up. I can clearly see that. And you're asking, some people may be asking, what chart am I looking at? This is the Euro USD 1 hour time frame. Okay? And somebody said, you have to purchase our simplicity system. This is our trading system. You can get it off our website, www.superezforex.com. But the point is that with me having the proper trading tools and the proper trading system, do you see why trading really ain't that big of a deal no more? See? And that's what I'm trying to help you guys with. Some of you guys, you're constantly buying more and more trading systems and you're trying to, but the truth is your vision is messed up. You're not seeing the charts for how they should be seen. And so therefore, no matter, and especially, and I was just listening to this millionaire Forex trader, and he was saying the same thing I was wondering. People jump into this business trying to be in a hurry to make money, but they're not willing to just really learn. And one of the easiest ways to learn is, and I told some of you guys last week, I said last week it was so full of news and stuff, this might be the best time to just sit back and observe the markets. Well, if you would have been easily able to see the things that I'm marking up on this chart now. You would have been able to observe how it behaves, because now with better trading tools, you're able to see bigger. Oh, I can see now. I can see what's going on in the market. But most of you guys, again, your problem is you're just not seeing clearly. Everything is your time frame is tight, your screens are tight. I'll give you another example about stretching the screens out, and I'll let you go for today. Let me show you another thing that I had figured out why I was losing so often. Let me show you something else. Some of you guys, and this is when I had learned to stretch my screens. And you say, well, how are you able to move your screens like this? Okay, in here, there's this little corner that makes it maximum screen. Okay, let me show you that. Okay. Well, maybe you can't see it, but anyway, that little square icon right here in the corner, sorry, I can't show it to you better, but it's right here in the corner where you can exit out right here. The middle one is where you can actually unlock it or lock it. And what happens is you'll see when it's locked, it's like two little boxes. If you click it one time, it'll have one single box. And then watch this. What you can do is grab it on the end. Let me see if I can show you that. On the end, you can grab it and see now you can drag it as far as 2, 3, 4 screens across. Like any other Word document that you want. You can actually stretch your screens across. When I have figured that out, it changed everything for me. And I'm helping you guys. Some of you guys, you're going to really, if you never see another YouTube video from me, if you never even say whatever, okay, you're going to thank me for what I just told you. Because the moment I was able to figure that out, now you understand why I had those 3 cheap little monitors. Because once I figured out that I can make a better determination when I stretch the screen out and I get a panoramic view of from a whole month to 2 months well in advance up until where I'm looking at price action, it created the story. And I teach this all the time in class. Every week, I'm trying to help you guys to understand the story. Because what happens is when you understand the story behind where the trend is heading, you're better off with jumping on board because now, I swear to you, I promise you this is going to bless you. When you're trading, you have to understand the storyline. You have to understand the rhythm. Too many of you guys are jumping in on these short time frames. You don't really know what is going on. And you're blowing your accounts time after time after time. There's a rhythm and a synchronicity to all of this Forex stuff. It doesn't just happen, just be happening. Okay? And I unknown thousands of dollars with gurus and everybody else, and not a single person told me this. It wasn't until I started associating, because I did go to school for news and broadcasting, okay? Because I was planning on being a news anchor at one point. So I went to school for news and broadcasting, and one of the things they taught us in news school is this. You do not ever jump on camera, hear me good, you don't ever jump on camera until you know the full story. Now, you tell the public the story in pieces, but you better know the story in full detail in advance before the camera comes on. Do you hear what I'm saying? So in Forex, the more you know about the story behind the currencies, the better off you're going to be when you decide to jump into them. Because what happens is that, oh, okay, now I understand why it's making a turn at certain points. So for an example, when this thing had dropped off, we had a sell right here and it sold. Great. Simplicity is doing its job. But to make me feel confident, and that's where some of you guys are failing in this business, you don't have confidence. And part of your confidence is because you really don't know what's going on. So you are happy when you lose trades, but you're more frustrated when let me rephrase that. I said that wrong. You're happy when you win trades, but you're extremely frustrated when you lose them. Here's the biggest reason why. Because you don't know why you lost it. So you begin to look at, well, I looked at the indicators, I looked at this and that, through my 3 months, I did it, and I keep on like this. And you sit there frustrated. And the problem is that, yeah, you did everything right, but there was one thing missing. What was the actual full story behind why it should have made that move in the first place? You don't know. Why? Because you can't see all of this. You see, if I'm trading right now, I can see why it bounced right here. It was already at the bottom, so why not have went up, okay? And it did. Stopped for a little while, pulled back, gave some good pips off of this signal here. Then it continued its upward pattern off this signal right here. See, I can see why. I can see why. Now understand. And like the Bible says, with all you're getting, get an understanding. So here, I'm going to wrap this video up with saying, family, one of the best ways to understand the market is to understand the whole story. So I'm strongly suggesting, if you have the space and your low on budget, go to a Goodwill store, a used place, anywhere, use computer goods. Don't buy nothing fancy. All this time, I can show you our cars. I can show you our I live by on the lake. I've done multiple videos on the lake. But here's the truth. All of that came from them 3 little cheap monitors over there that was like $150 for all 3. So you don't have to have the expensive stuff. Some of you guys, you're trying to, well, I'm going to buy the biggest. For what? It's not going to improve your vision. So just because you're spending a lot of money doesn't fix your problem. What needs to be fixed is your eyes. And the simplest way I had to do that was to get these monitors, stretch the screen across, and then I was like, oh my God, I can see it now. I can see the picture. So I hope this was a blessing to you about trading tools. One more thing. The other thing we get a lot of emails about is this. Some of you guys, you have an inexpensive, and I'll just put it like that, you have a very inexpensive late model, we'll just say it like that to be polite. You have a late model computer that doesn't have enough memory. Now here's what I will say. Remember I told you, don't worry about spending a lot of money on monitors. This thing is a beast. It's the newest one from Samsung. It's the new 49-inch monitor, and it's, oh my God, I mean, it's a beast. Look it up on YouTube. You'll see that thing is huge. This thing is bigger than what the camera can actually incorporate. But I decided to treat myself, and that's fine, because it's just a monitor. But here's what I did spend money on. Some of you guys need to do this too. Because as I was coming up the ranks, nobody was telling me that, okay, hey, you might need to improve your memory on your computer. Okay? Upgrade your memory. Because some of you guys, you're trying to have 10 and 12 pairs, 6 and 7 pairs running at the bottom of your screen. I'm sorry, loved one, it ain't gonna work. Because if your computer is not able to handle it, you can buy as many trading systems as you want. It's not going to fix it. Your computer is still going to run slow because your memory on your computer itself, the hard drive, whatever you want to call it. I'm not a computer expert, but I'm just telling you, I have ran into that problem. And so I had to fix my own problem. And I was getting frustrated thinking, oh, it's all these. No, your computer just, it's not adequate for the demand that you're putting on it. It's kind of like a 100-pound man trying to bench press 600 pounds. It is not going to happen. Okay? It's not going to happen. So if you're going to have the right trading tools, one of the things you need to really actually put some expense into is getting yourself a decent computer. Now, one of the things we did, and again, you don't have to buy it, but one of the things we did create the dashboard scanner. And it runs real lightweight in the background. And the market is closed right now, but when the market opens, this thing will start lighting up and telling me about buying, sell, see, and it can scan up to 40 pairs on one screen. See, one screen. I don't have to have 30 tabs at the bottom. I only got this one open and this one open. That's it. 2 tabs. That's it. Why? Because the scanner is doing the heavy lifting as opposed to me having 30 pairs rolling at the bottom, slowing up my computer. That's one of the reasons why we designed and built the scanner. Some of you guys, you don't want to do that. You want to sit there and have 40 and 50 pairs running at the bottom. Your MT4 keep freezing up, and that's an issue. So if you're going to get correct tools, now under my desk, you'll see this colorful monster. I had a custom built computer. This is a monster. Why? For what I do. As a designer, coder, and all these different things, I had to upgrade and get a monster computer. But even with the monster computer, I really don't even need any of it no more now that I created the scanner. Because the scanner scans 30, 40 pairs for me at one time. I only need one tab open, and then when the thing pops up, I can check it on the other tab, and that's pretty much it. But even with that, you still want to make sure that you have a computer that's adequate enough. Don't tell me you got a 12-year-old computer and it keeps freezing up. Of course, it's not adequate for the demand that you're putting on it. I'm just trying to bless you guys to get the right tools, because people don't talk about that in this business. And that's one of the things. So get cheap monitors, but get you an adequate computer. And one of the things I did, because I have two computers on here, the other one, it wasn't sufficient. So what I had ended up doing was taking it to Best Buy, and come to find out, I had got Silver State or whatever. I got a new processor in there, and then I got some memory, and it ended up working fine. And it cost me maybe about 150 bucks, $200 to do the upgrade for both, to get a Silver State processor and to get some more memory. Yeah, it was about maybe 200 bucks to do that. But again, if I'm gonna spend 200 bucks, hey, you can do it if you love your computer enough and it can handle it, do it. But if not, you might consider getting a better computer, eventually. But in the meantime, you say, okay, I can't afford to do any of those. That ain't no problem. Watch this. In the meantime, what you do is, if you can get an extra monitor to stretch the screen, at least, and you have our trading system, you really would find it a lot easier, because it's telling you when to get in. Here's a buy signal. I know you guys can't really see it as much. Let me zoom it in, okay? And let me kind of pop this open a little bit more so you guys can see it. See that little sell signal right here? See that? Okay. Here was a buy signal. Here was a sell signal. Here was a buy signal. And it went up. See? Simple. So only have it running on maybe 2 or 3 pairs. And that's all you really need anyway. You don't need to trade 40 pairs at once anyway. Get you a couple of pairs. Start looking at the 30-minute time frame with our trading system just to start. Or if you sign up, you're going to learn the famous 415 strategy. Oh my God, that thing is just beast mode. Very little time invested. But you won't have to have a whole bunch of pairs open at the bottom until you're able to build up your money to be able to get better tools. Okay. So anyway, I'm gonna wrap this video up. I'm gonna go for a ride with my wife and go get some air. I really hope this video was a blessing to some of you guys, because I really want to share with you what it took for me to improve my trading. Okay. And again, the recap was, the very first thing was getting me an additional monitor screen. Okay, to be able to stretch and get that panoramic view of what the charts were looking at. Then I would switch to the 1 hour time frame, 4 hour time frame, and even the daily time frame to more stretch out my mind to see, okay, what's the bigger picture? And then again, like I said, you can always drop down to the 5-minute, 15-minute, whatever, to jump in on the trade. Now, does that guarantee you're going to win every trade? No, because the market is the market, but it does help you to understand, even if you lose. Because you remember I told you guys, there are often times where I would lose a trade, but I would still keep hanging in tight with it, because I know, okay, if I did lose a trade, I'm still in the area. Because why? Based on panoramic view, like for an example, let's just say, and this one didn't lose, okay? But let's just say there was a buy signal that came in down here and it lost because maybe it went down a little bit further. Based on the panoramic view, I'm already seeing that you hitting bottom. So maybe you're going down a little bit further bottom. You know what I mean? If that's the case, that's cool. I know you ain't going too much further down because you're close to the bottom. How? Because I already see that you've been way up here. You didn't fell all the way down there. Eventually, you're going to have to come up and take a breath. And when you do, watch this. Look at this. Watch. I'll show you an example. This one didn't lose because the signal didn't come in until over here. But what if you did? Watch this. Right here, if you would have lost this trade, you still know, based on seeing this with your own eyes, just this panoramic view, based on you seeing this with your own eyes, you already know eventually it needs to come where? Back up at some point, because it's hitting way too low. There's only so far they can take currency pairs before they have to bring them back up. And there's only so high they can go before they have to come back down. So based on seeing that you've been falling, okay, even if you come up and then look, retest it right here. See, even if you would have lost over here, you would have been okay on the retest to get back in over here. Why? Because I know, okay, you made me lose over here, but I got you back over here because you retested. See this? Lose, win. And did it go up? Sure did. You would have made back not only what you had lost, plus profit. Why? Because now you see what's going on. You understand what's going on because you got the right trading tools. Okay? All right, you guys, if this video was helpful, please share it with some other fellow traders. If you want to join us, that's cool. I would love to be teaching you on Tuesday because I will be in class on Tuesday teaching. And come on in. So just buy the system and I'll see you on Tuesday, okay? But if not, hopefully this helps you with your trading journey, okay?